Thanks. Everybody ready? Rolling? Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us to discuss this very serious issue. We ask a lot of our firefighters. We expect them to arrive swiftly in any hour of day or night. We expect them not only to put out fires, but also to run into them. We demand so much, and they are always there to answer the call. So when firefighters develop cancer because of hazards in their job and the dangerous chemicals that they come in contact with, it's our responsibility to step up and provide coverage and care. We must always protect those who protect us. While I applaud the legislature for creating the First Responders Presumed Coverage Fund, we still need to do more for our first responders. When the fund was created, breast cancer was not included. Our local heroes should have appropriate care, regardless of whether they are men or women. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Organizations across the country will be demanding your attention, asking you to wear pink, and telling you that more than 40,000 women will die from breast cancer this year. Our female firefighters have an even higher risk of developing that cancer, and we can do something to help them. Including breast cancer as an eligible condition under the First Responders Presumed Coverage Fund is so important. But you shouldn't just hear it from me. We want you to hear it from female firefighters as well. My first guest will be Nicole Kitson, a firefighter paramedic from East Lansing. Nicole?
Good afternoon. Like you said, my name is Nicole Kitson, and I'm a firefighter paramedic for the city of East Lansing. I've been a firefighter for nearly 10 years now, and I've gotten to work alongside many amazing men and women who are willing to put their lives in danger to save others. We do our best to keep ourselves safe in these situations, but we can never eliminate the risk. And while I applaud the legislator for finally taking the increased risk of cancer in firefighters seriously, I sincerely hope that they'll also remember that females are firefighters too. Breast cancer is no joke. Small studies in San Francisco have shown that female firefighters seem to be getting breast cancer at a younger age, and without having any family history of it. Sadly, that makes sense. We know that an increased risk of breast cancer is linked to the exposure of harmful chemicals, such as benzene and formaldehyde, chemicals that my fellow firefighters and I often face in the line of duty. I live in hope that I will never have to take advantage of this presumption. However, I want to have certainty that it's available in case I or other female firefighters need it. This shouldn't be a tough choice. This state has had lung and heart presumption for firefighters and police officers for over 40 years, and it hasn't raised rates or increased any costs. It would only apply to active duty firefighters who spent their career putting their lives on the line. 21 other states have already acknowledged female firefighters in the service by adding breast cancer to their presumption. And I look forward to Michigan being one of them. Thank you.
Thank you, Nicole. Now we'll hear from Lansing Fire Department Captain Brenda Bassington.
Thank you. Took me a while too. I've been a firefighter for 23 years here at the Lansing. My career started in 1993. In 95, I had twin girls. It was about 12 weeks after them, I came back to work. I'm a nursing mom, so I had to express my milk at work. Probably about 2 weeks after I came back, I had 3 working fires, which is quite extraordinary. I came back, and in between there, I had to express my milk when I had some time. I was really alarmed because the milk that I expressed was actually gray, and it had a terrible odor, and scared me a little bit, and I didn't want to give that to my husband to feed the girls that night. Called my pediatrician. She said, absolutely, get rid of that milk. Try to flush your body as good as you can. And I did that, so it really alarmed me. I think a lot of women need to know, especially firemen that nurse at work while they're working. In 2003, I discovered a lump in my left side. I was told that it was breast cancer, stage 4. I'm sorry. My first thought was, why am I getting this? It's like, I'm from a huge family. My mother has, 8 in her family. My dad has 7 in his family. I've got aunts, uncles, cousins, a lot of females. Not one of them have ever had breast cancer. I have 3 sisters older than me. Not one of them had it. Then I remembered back when I had the gray milk and the odor. And I think it's a no-brainer to not think that there's a correlation between cancer and, totally lost my thought. It's just hard for me not to believe that there's not a correlation between the milk that I had and the breast cancer. Seeing as how I don't have a family history, I'm just here today just to share my story and hope that something's done, and that the women are supported in this cancer bill.
Thanks. Thank you, Brenda. I really appreciate it. I know it's hard to tell those personal stories, and we really appreciate and know that's why this is so important. Next is Shannon Moran, a firefighter from the Detroit Fire Department. Thank you.
I'm Shannon Moran from Detroit Fire Department. I've been on the job for 19 years. We fight 30,000 fires a year in Detroit, and we stand side by side with our fellows. Fire and cancer doesn't matter what you look like or where you come from, it's still the same fight. Michigan lawmakers created the First Responders Presumed Coverage Fund to cover firefighters, but it only covers lung, bladder, skin, brain, kidney, blood, thyroid, testicular, prostate, and lymphatic cancers. Breast cancer, the second leading cause of death in women, was left off the list. It's a huge slap in the face. Over the past 19 years, I've seen the Detroit Department change with gear and facilities for us. And each year, responding to those 30,000 fires, it puts us more at risk. We know the risk, and we're there to take it. Firefighters are 2 to 3 more times likely to develop cancer than the general public, yet we're still going to put ourselves in there with the guys as well. We need help, and we deserve help. If the legislature wants to do more than pretend that it values women of the workforce, and if it wants to acknowledge the fact that every firefighter makes priceless contributions and sacrifices in the name of public safety, they will step up and ensure that coverage for breast cancer is added to the fund. Us women need your help. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It is clear from what we've heard today that action is needed, and that these brave public servants do not need to wait any longer. So I thank you all for coming, and I will now open it up for questions. No questions? We will each be available for one-on-ones and appreciate your attendance and coverage. Thank you.